Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Arsenal stars' future should be clear soon as talks ongoing amid transfer interest from Germany and Italy. Arsenal attacking midfielder Emile Smith Rowe could come to a decision on his future soon, according to Charles Watts in the latest edition of his daily briefing column. Speaking exclusively to CaughtOffside for the piece, Watts explained that Smith Rowe has interest from clubs in England, Germany, and Italy, but that talks are ongoing to work out his future. Fulham have been named as a specific possible destination for Smith Rowe, and Watts says he could see that being a good fit for him, though nothing has been decided just yet. Watts said the following: I think we'll find out a bit more about Smith Rowe's situation soon. There is widespread interest in him from some clubs, not just in the Premier League, but also in the Bundesliga and Serie A. A final decision on his future has not been yet taken, but discussions are going on which should make things clearer soon. My expectation is still that he will leave and that he will stay in the Premier League. That is certainly his preference. Fulham are one of the clubs who are understood to be interested in Emil, and that is a potential move that makes a lot of sense to me. They are a good club with a good manager and look to play football in a way that I think would fit Smith Rowe's qualities. Nothing has been decided yet, but my understanding is still that there is an acceptance on the player's side that he now needs a move to try and kickstart a career that has stalled over the last couple of seasons. He loves Arsenal, but he wants to play, and it's pretty clear that he is not going to get the opportunity to do that much should he stay for another year. Arsenal player admits he could leave after receiving approaches. Nuno Tavares has now shared an update on his future plans. Tavarez is set to return from his Nottingham Forest loan this summer, having made 12 appearances in total. The Portuguese fullback still has 1 year left on his contract, meaning there is a decision to be made. Speaking to Sport TV in Portugal via AO Mineto, the 24-year-old was asked to provide some clarity on his future plans. Tavares said his representatives have been in contact with other clubs, but said his priority was to return to Arsenal for now. He said, My priority is to return to Arsenal, then only the future will tell. Everyone knows that I have another year on my contract with Arsenal. I have people I trust taking care of my future. There have been some approaches, but I always leave it to whoever is in charge of taking care of my future. Of course, it's pretty clear by this point that it would be in Arsenal's best interest if Tavarez sought an exit this summer. It would be hugely surprising if the once called extraordinary fullback was able to make his way back into Arteta's plans, who appeared to lose patience with his progress. Of course, Arsenal are also willing to sell Kieran Tierney and Zinchenko this summer, meaning there could be something of a left-back exodus. Arsenal expert hits back at Gary Neville over Declan Rice criticism. Arsenal journalist Charles Watts has hit back at Gary Neville after his criticism of the way Declan Rice has been playing for England at Euro 2024. Speaking exclusively to CaughtOffside for his latest daily briefing column, Watts felt it was laughable to compare Rice to someone like Toni Kroos with the quality of his passing and his style of play in that number 6 role. Watts feels, however, that Neville has misunderstood Rice's role in the Arsenal midfield and why he was later moved into a more advanced number 8 role in Mikel Arteta's side last season. He said, The criticism of Declan Rice has been well over the top since the Denmark game. Honestly, it just makes me laugh. I thought Gary Neville's comments were way over the top as well. Neville saying that Rice is not good at playing as a number 6 and that Mikel Arteta moved him further forward because of that was just complete rubbish in my opinion. Arteta moved him further forward because of Kai Havertz's sudden emergence as Arsenal's number 10 over the final months of the season. Havertz suddenly playing as the central striker meant someone had to play in that left 8 role next to Odegaard, and Rice was the best option for that, especially as Jorginho could fill in behind him. It wasn't anything to do with Rice's performances at number 6. In my opinion, he was Arsenal's standout player over the first half of the season by a country mile, and that was all while playing as the number 6. Yes, he doesn't progress the ball like Toni Kroos playing in that role, but there aren't many players who can. That's what makes Kroos so special. Rice is more of a disruptor, someone who sits in front of the back four, wins the ball back, and then drives forward. He's been one of England's best players over the past few years, yet suddenly, after one bad game, he is getting pelters. 100 million euros forward is still an option for Arsenal, says Fabrizio Romano. Sporting striker Victor Gores is still an option for Arsenal ahead of the 24-25 campaign, but a deal is not closed despite recent reports coming out of Portugal. According to Leonino, the striker is set to leave the Portuguese champions to join Arsenal this summer, but Fabrizio Romano has stated that this is not the case. Mikel Arteta is in the market for a new number 9, and the North London club are yet to decide which of their targets they want to fully pursue. Gyökeres is an option with the Premier League club, having made contact during April and May. The Swedish star is coming off the back of a sensational season in Portugal, where his 43 goals and 15 assists in all competitions played a big part in Sporting winning the league title. The 26-year-old has caught the eye of many top clubs, but has a contract in Portugal until 2028. However, that deal contains a 100 million euros release clause. He said the following: In the last 24-48 hours, we had some rumors about the deal being closed, being very advanced. I also saw something from Portugal, like almost completed, and I'm told this is not true. At the moment, Arsenal are not at an advanced stages of their negotiation for Gyökeres. They made contact on the player side already months ago. It was between April and May. They are also informed about the conditions of the 100 million euros release clause, but also the cost of the deal in terms of salary and all the rest. They have still not decided what they really want to do in that position or who is the priority target. They want to take time to assess the options. So at the moment with the Gyökeres, it's not something imminent or close, but it's an option. I don't think Arsenal will go for crazy money for Gyökeres, so it has to be maybe a different structure of the deal, or Arsenal could look at different opportunities. Arsenal expert discusses the chances of pulling off Jorginho-esque transfer deal. Arsenal journalist Charles Watts has discussed the prospect of the Gunners sealing the transfer of Bayern Munich midfielder Joshua Kimmich amid some speculation that he'd be keen to move to the Emirates Stadium. Kimmich is in the final year of his contract with Bayern, and it seems likely he will have a lot of interest if he doesn't sign a new deal soon, while his current club will surely sell the Germany international this summer if a good offer comes in for him, or else they will risk losing him on a free in a year's time. Speaking exclusively to CaughtOffside for his latest daily briefing column, Watts explained that even if it seems like Kimmich would be keen on joining Arsenal, it's not clear if the North London Giants would make the 29-year-old a priority. Arsenal tend to sign younger players as they are better long-term options for obvious reasons, but of course there can be exceptions to that rule, with Watts pointing out that Jorginho was a similar deal that worked out well for the club. He said the following: The links between Joshua Kimmich and Arsenal have been going on for a while, but it's not something I have really heard anything about myself yet. A lot of the links seem to suggest that Arsenal are a club he would consider joining should he leave Bayern, rather than Arsenal actually making a move for him. He is a wonderful player and would bring quality and versatility to any squad, and we know those are traits that Mikel Arteta demands when bringing any player to the club. While Arsenal usually prefer to go for younger players than Kimmich, they have shown they do sign experience when needed, as was demonstrated when they brought in Jorginho from Chelsea. That deal turned out to be an excellent one for the club and highlighted the importance of bringing in experience from time to time, especially when the squad is so young. When I look at Kimmich, though, as good as he is, I'm not sure he is the player Arsenal really need this summer. Arsenal admire La Liga star, but interested clubs surprised by transfer demands, says expert. Arsenal like and admire Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams, but it's not yet clear if they will be willing to pay the big money required to get the deal done, according to Charles Watts, speaking exclusively to CaughtOffside for his daily briefing column. Watts explained that although the Gunners have some appreciation of the Spain international, he doesn't expect them to do anything rash in the market this summer. He said the following: Arsenal are admirers of the 21-year-old, but so are plenty of other of the top clubs across Europe, and that interest is only going to increase as the tournament goes on. On paper, the release clause of around £50 million for Williams looks a very appealing one, but as far as I'm aware, it's not as simple as that. You have to remember that release clauses in Spain have to be paid in full, and that makes deals very expensive as the clubs can't spread the transfer fee out over the length of the contract like they usually do. But in Williams' case, the wages are also understood to be a pretty significant issue. Athletic Club are big players. They have to be to ensure they keep their team together, given the unique way the club operates. So Williams is on good money, and the word is that interested clubs have been surprised by the wages he would want to move this summer. Arsenal are good players, but they have a wage bill that they have worked hard to get in check in recent years, so they won't do anything stupid and undo that hard work. Williams is a talent, but he is still young and relatively inexperienced. For Arsenal to immediately make him one of the highest earners would be a risk because it would unsettle the squad a bit, especially if he were to come in and suddenly be earning more than some of the experienced players who have been at the club for a while. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.